Hello everyone, I am Revanth. On behalf of Sri Aurobindo Society, I welcome all you teachers to the most successful and innovative idea sharing platform ZIIEI, Zero Investment Innovations for Education Initiatives. Now we are going to discuss about different types of innovation ideas using in lessons. Using different types of innovation ideas in the lessons helps the students to learn in a most joyful and in a friendly environment. It connects the students with their day-to-day life, real life atmosphere. Now we are going to discuss about the NCERT board classes first, and the subject is English and the lesson name is Lalu and Peelu. Lalu and Peelu is the story which tells about the two chicks of the hen. The innovation idea used in this lesson is called naming method. Naming method is the type of a innovation idea. It brings the ritual practice of naming the person or naming the curtain, the topic which are connecting with the lesson. So this is the innovation idea, and basically whenever we are teaching the lesson, we are making the students to familiar and practice with the word which is in the lesson by naming them as a temporary. If the lesson is taught, if the lesson is going to be taking part or it is going to be taken for next 3 days, the words which are connecting to the lesson are given as the names to the students. Till then students are getting familiar with that name and the things, the name will be the representation, or the name will be the temporary the name for the student. So after covering that, the additional features are added to the name so that it helps the students to understand the concept and realize the things which are adapted, which are in this lesson. So this is the naming method concept, and this naming method innovation idea covers the concepts of vocabulary, naming word and action word. Vocabulary is always a collection of words. Naming word and action words are also being covered through this innovation idea. And for doing this activity, we are going to pre-prepare, like we are going to write A to Z in the blackboard. This is the pre-preparation required for doing this activity. So for this activity, basically for an example, the lesson is being taught, so that the lesson is covering the story of the two chick of the hen, and also it covering the action word and naming word. Naming method is the type of using the names for the students to represent them related to the lesson. For an example, being the lesson is taught, the students, a group of students would be there. We can make use of the chart or the paper sheets also to make them familiar with the words. For an example, we are using a different type of naming word and action word. The things can also be used. For an example, making the students too familiar with the words, we are going to give the over each and individual student with the name. If there is a person called Arjun in our class, instead of Arjun, we are giving him the name of chair. If there is Abhishek in our class, instead of his Abhishek name, we are giving him his name as a table. Either they can have a badge also, like his name is table, his name is chair. They will be always rounding the school, they will be rounding the classes for next 2 days with the same badge, so that whenever the students are meeting one another, same class students are meeting one another, they should call or they should represent him instead of calling Arjun, they should represent him in the terms of, hey, table, he is a chair, likewise. So next 2 days the students will be represented with the name which was given, and after 2 days at the end of the day, we are adding the feature, we are adding the representation to that name. Being it is a chair, it is a blue chair, so the chair is blue in color. We are adding the feature, we are including the characteristics or the feature of the name, so that the students can remember the feature of that thing very easily. There is a table, so table is red in color. So likewise, making the students to familiarizing with the lesson creates the students to connect with the lesson, and also it makes the students to remember about the features and the things which are covered in this lesson. So it covers the concepts of the vocabulary, naming word and action word. So this is the innovation idea called naming method used in this lesson, Lalu and Peelu. So more about different types of innovation idea like this using in lessons, you can see through our YouTube channel ZIIEI. Kindly like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel ZIIEI. Thank you.